My company is ILEG Technology Screens and SFEG Sun Fusion Energy Gain. The new screens we have coming up. Whoops, you're not supposed to be there. New screens that are coming up that's going to allow us to be able to have our customers outside in the daytime hours, projecting customers, business, and customers. Well, this is all the same thing, customers and business. But anyway, be outside, operate in all types of weather and outside in all types of the day. The first daytime projection screen allows you to go outside in the daytime and just watch movies and wherever you want. That's the best way of summing it up. I'm just thinking of different ways of how to sum this thing up. Daytime projection screen, something like that. So, I am working on a few things. One of the things I am working on is changing out the screens. I do need a more professional screen in here. I need an actual fixed screen. I thought about it at first because I thought that once I paint this up, it's going to be hard to get it back inside the frame if I had to take the thing apart. But if I get a peg system, then I'm good. Because a peg system will allow me to take the screen down and remove it and put it back up again. And our stuff doesn't crack or peel, so that wouldn't be an issue. So that would be much easier. And what the Lord blessed us to find was he found a 155 inch, which I've never had one of those before, 155 inch screen. Enjoying some tea. Drink too fast. Slow it down, bird. Slow it down. Tea's good. But 155 inch screen, fixed screen. That would be perfect for what I want to do here. That'd be perfect. That'll allow me, this recorder system to serve for the time being until my fan gets here because my fan broke and I need to get a fan. I mean, I'm not hot or anything, but I just like a little cool air on me. So I'm going to replace these what we have here with the, these are not the actual panels that we have. These are just something I put up there because it was easier for me to put a screen up there for the time being. We started to do it at 235.1. Then I decided I needed a much bigger screen at 235.1, and the screen that allows me to do 235.1 and the ability to be able to switch back and forth from aspect ratio. So we went with the big 150 inch 1610. So the screen we have coming is 155, which makes up for the 1610 that I can now put in there because it's an odd size. Usually those odd sizes, which I'm curious, 155 inches. Why could that be a 1610 screen? Because they have odd sizes attached to it. But yeah, we need to put a more professional screen in because I got more clients coming in, and I want them to see a real professional screen, a screen that I'm going to advise them to buy. I'm going to say, hey, I want you to get a fixed frame screen. This is what I want you to get, and we don't even have one in here that doesn't even look right. So we got one coming in. Now this side over here, that's running the ultra short though right now. This is using panel system 2, but I wanted me to do 2 displays on this one. I have a bookcase thin system coming in that's going to allow me to be able to put the panel system, which one I put there, virtual fish tank, and also to run ultra short throw Pico projector off the panel system. Now what I mean by this is what you should be expecting. See, I'm in here casually drinking a hot cup of tea. That's my ultra short throw setup. It doesn't sit on top of a stand. It literally has a distance throw to it because it sits on the floor. And I can operate in here with no problem. Even at a massive 150 inch screen, turn my lights on, no problem. I like that display we did with the black and the white. Yeah, you're supposed to be able to read that. You know that. Your screen literally is supposed to read that. You're supposed to pick up a 100% black level, especially for those of you who have these crazy contrast readings on your projector. You definitely are supposed to be able to pick that up. Now I spent that much money for a projector. You mean to tell me I'm stuck in the dark with that thing? Yeah, I'd have been pretty ticked off at the end of the day. Somebody got to fix something. Something's not right. But you should be able to read that with no problem. I like to show off demonstrations like this on my screen. Because one of the things we get asked about a lot when people come in and see these things is the white levels. The screen's white level capabilities. White level is amazing on this technology. See the different blanes that they can pick up? Reflection off the water, everything. This is an incredible screen paint. So, I said before, if you didn't read through that guideline, just a guideline policy, please read through this, please. Again, those of you that have bad intentions, guideline for one of these things. You do a demonstration next to one of these things and you do a false against this product, they're up there in the millions. It's up there. It's way up there. So if you get caught and we get your video, just give you fair warning. Get that video. You owe us a lot of money. It is what it is. No common sense, it's common sense. If I'm doing a review of McDonald's, there's no way in the world I'm going to stick a cockroach in their food and be on camera and say this is how their food came to me, just like this. You know what I'm facing at the end of the day? A mountain of lawsuits, and maybe, hopefully, it doesn't go down that road, but maybe some prison time. So that could damage and hurt their company pretty bad if they got out, like somebody did something like that. They found a finger in there or something from an animal in there. Yeah, you do stuff like that, you think it's a prank? No, those companies will crush you in court. They will crush you in court. And you had better back up that that food came that way or you're in a lot of trouble. That's what you guys did to me. You went out and you did false demonstrations, fake containers, printing out our labels, and it went and proceeded. You mess up on one of these things right here, it's going to cost you a lot of money. And I can't express this enough. I have to add this in every video. Please don't think at the end of the day that a fake account is going to help you. Our technology is Christian based. You know that, right? You know who we go to at the end of the day when we have to solve problems and get things taken care of? We go to God. That's the very same person that controls your heart rate. So if my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ knows every hair on the top of your head, I'm pretty sure he knows where you lay your head at. And if he knows where you lay your head at, we'll know where you lay your head at, and we'll see you in court. Just like, again, 5 individuals who literally thought at the end of the day, I got to contact them today too. The 5 individuals who literally believed, they really believed that they were never going to get caught. They're going to court. It's federal too. Not the way to go. Not the way to go. So, yeah, it's going to be bad. I got to contact them today. I got to add in the rest of today, and I got to go down right now. I'm done here. Back to Alan Thompson's phone. I have to file criminal charges against 2 individuals. To connect with them, they'll have their files all over paint. I work throwing your life away. Did he just bump my projector? Oh, he's on the other side now. I moved him and put him on this side because the heat from the projector. I was wondering why he kept sitting up bending on top of the projector. It's the heat. If you're getting cats are like human, they just absorb tons and tons of heat if required. So he's on the other side of the projector. That's why I put his little comfort bed at. And since he got like 2 screens to watch, you know what I mean? I'm gonna put his Mr. Bean down here. You can watch it over here. Pull the screen on this side. But he's right on top of that heat, and he's freaking loving it over there. So I was like, I'm just gonna stick him on the side the heat's at. He got heat on this side too if he wants it on the projector. But as you can see, the screen works perfectly fine. And I'm going to be out with this thing anyway. You know, different businesses that I was blessed to be able to get our ad tech technology in, I'm bringing this in there too. Oh, heck yeah, I'm going to put in a great big, huge, massive, wall-to-wall, giant screens, projectors, all that stuff. It costs me a lot of money. Projectors are cheap we use. And they're going to be out right now. Now, for the customer at the end of the day, who you've been told that you have to be in a dark environment and you have to spend the money for all these expensive projectors to fix somebody else's problem, they lie to you. Dude, I just knocked them. Every time I get on my chair, I knock something over. You're supposed to be to operate in a fully lit environment. So they lie to you. And you're sitting there with an ultra short throw projector sitting in the dark. What the heck are you doing in the dark with ultra short throw projector for people to make products? You see that demonstration over there? You see all those beautiful fish, all the beautiful colors? I chose that one, you know why? The background of that fish is jet black. You should be able to read that. My projector on the floor cost me $60. That's it, 60 bucks. The projector on this side is a short throw. It cost me $130. So altogether, I paid $190 for my setup. That's all it should cost you. Now, unless you want to go high-end 4K and 4K receivers and all that kind of stuff today, and it's going to cost you a bit more. But at least at the end of the day, you're getting what you paid for. If you have spent $4,000 for a projector, $3,000, at least you can read 100% contrast. You're picking up actual dark colors, which you can't read on gray and white screens. They don't pick up dark colors. That's why when you see demonstrations They're in the dark. What are you doing in the dark with an ultra short throw? Especially with a lumen count that high on it, and consider the fact that it has the contrast level way beyond mine. It shouldn't be in there. But they lie to the customers and tell them this is the way it has to be. This is the way it has to be. You have to. The more money you spend for your projector, the better your image is going to be. You have to sacrifice $3,000. You'll sacrifice $4,000. You'll get the machine home. You'll turn your lights on. Your screen will disappear on you. Your colors will be washed out. And you'll notice that when you turn the lights out, colors improve. What does that tell you? I got to be in the dark now. With a projector that's 3,000 lumens and sits a foot away from a screen, you got to be in the dark. My projector's nowhere near a foot. You know why? It's dropped to the floor. That's why. It's about 3 inches away from the screen, from the height. Nowhere near the screen. We're projecting up into the light to hit the screen. So it's more of a difficult projection. Where the average projector is sitting right up on top of the screen, boom, right up next to it, just like this. Easier. It's right there. And yet, our customers are stuck in these dark environments trying to get their projectors to work because they were told that the screen that they purchased was the best choice for their projector. That's a lie, right? Yeah, of course it was. And then they'll tell you at the end of the day that this is tradition. This is the way it's got to be. That if you want to improve, you're going to have to spend more money for a projector, which you've already spent money for. Sorry about that, people. My cold is breaking up and leaving me, and I'm so happy. So it's going to cost you more money. Then you're going to be stuck in a dark environment. So they're going to tell you that that's the way it is. That's the way it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a dark environment. And that's the way projection screens are set up. Now, ultra sure those. They were designed to be in TV-like settings. So, no. Do you match contrast levels? I don't even know how that's even possible. Like, what in the world would you guys advise that a gray screen's an upgrade when you can't even read contrast? And you can't use the excuse anymore. You can no more excuses. You can't use excuses and say, well, hey, there's no such thing as a black screen. We got one sitting over there. There's no darker gray. It's gunmetal technology. They're darker gray screens than yours. Those things do things your screen can't even do. What's the excuse? The excuse is fact, it's just lies. So your customer's not getting what they paid for. Why is our technology better than everybody else's? I'll tell you why. Our stuff is tested and certified. Any one of these certified companies know who Mr. Bird is. They've watched me test your stuff for years. Not one person drove me into court. You know why they didn't take me to court? Because I could back my stuff up 25, 100, 150% easily. They wouldn't dare walk me in the courtroom and give me that type of publicity. That would go wrong on so many different levels, it wouldn't be funny for them. Number one, it would expose us on a much higher level next to their screens, which they don't want in the day. And then on top of that, it'll show their customers there's a better option, which they don't want. That's why they don't come near me. That would be a bad idea. If you imagine you're a customer, you're going to spend $7,000 for the screen, and you find there's a guy here has a screen that's far better than the one you're going to spend $7,000 for, and it's going to cost you far less. That's not going to go well for them. So they don't want to entertain me. So I tested all their stuff, everything down to their short throw setups and everything, 9 yards, everything. I'm the type of person that if I'm going to get on camera and say that I tested it all, I got to test it all. Just like when I said something about we have technology that can read in the sunlight. How many demonstrations do we have of that one? A lot, right? And more to come. Oh, this is really good tea. So, you gotta be able to back that one up. That's very important. But that contrast level is the most important. So if I had a gray screen right now, what are the odds of me getting this to work in the environment I'm at right now on my projector? I'll tell you what's going to happen. They're going to advise me to spend a lot more money for my projector. They're going to advise me to calibrate it when the colors don't come up correctly. And then they're going to tell me that my environment's using way too much light, that I need to darken the environment to set the ambient mood. That's bullcrap. And to say that the black levels are perfect. It's picking up perfect black. No, you're not picking up black levels. Every time I hear somebody say black level, that's a lawsuit, by the way. You cannot say that. You do not read black. Any company, I don't care what company you are, any company right now. Anyone willing to walk us in the courtroom and say your gray screen reads 100% black next to my black technology? Anybody? Nobody. Then what are you doing on camera making that statement? It's false advertisement. Can't make that statement. Now, back then, when you didn't have black technology, none of this stuff existed, you could say that. Matter of fact, a dark gray screen was considered to be a black screen at one point. They called them black. You didn't know that far back. But yeah, they called them black because they were darker screens. They're considered to be black or dark gray. But now, since you have actual black screens, you cannot say that anymore. Well, look how white the white levels come up now. Look at that. That screen, I'll tell you that, our freaking Apex is amazing. I never get used to that screen. White levels and I think are beautiful. But anyway, as I said before, so you can't say that. And the customer, which is sad to say on this level right here, because the customer gets cheated on this, they tell the customer that if you get a projector with an inking of contrast, you'll see black. That's a lie. To the projection screen companies that develop projectors, if you sit there and tell the customer, hey, you can get this white screen or gray screen, but this projector has a 2,000,001, it'll give you a black level. That's a lie. Can't get it. Your projector won't allow you to see it. Sorry, screen won't allow you to see it. So you can't read it at all, period. Let's go over here and let's go with black and white demonstration. Now, see that right there? You should be able to pick that up. It's not a hard one. It's very easy. It's a black and white demonstration. It's a simple, very easy one. And you need to do this in a fully lit environment. Hey, teddy bear. Look at the butterfly flying across the screen. Now, the reason why this demonstration will become the nightmare for gray screens is because it has a lot of black in it, and you can't get around this thing. I've seen the fake demonstrations with faking contrasters, the dark environments, the high inky projectors, all that nonsense. I've seen that. But these challenges right here require you to be in a fully lit environment while you're doing it, which means you can't pass it. And if you can't pass that, this is basic, simple demonstration. You can't pass this. And we're not talking about do the 8K, 4K, high-end videos. No. Keep it simple. Black and white, that's it. You can't pass that means you lied in your demonstrations. And if you lied in your demonstrations, how much paint or how many screens did you sell to consumers, making them believe that they could see a black level when they couldn't? Now, even bigger question here, if you did make a demonstration at the day claiming that our product at the day don't see white levels, then you're going to find yourself sitting in court with a $10 million lawsuit slapped in your face. Because that's how hefty the lawsuits are for that one. We had different category class for lawsuits on what you said in your YouTube channel. But I can tell you one thing, the lowest one is around $850,000. It's still a lot of money. So if we catch you in a video making a statement that our technology reads so dark it's unwatchable, yeah, look out. I hope you got $10 million laying around in your back pocket, because it's going to cost you that kind of money. And if enough of those videos were put out in circulation, shown with the intention to try to damage our company's name, we will file criminal charges in federal court, which will carry a 20 to 30-year prison sentence. No joke. So, I'd advise you not to. But meanwhile, we can challenge you in court. Because I challenge every gray screen we can get our hands on that you don't read a black level. Now, the reason why we challenge you, two reasons why. One, you don't have the right to say it. And two, you're ripping off your customers. Because there is no way in the world I'm spending $3,700 or $4,000 to $5,000 for that huge piece of furniture projector and stick that thing up on top of my table. You mean to tell me I got to be in the dark with this thing all the time? If that's the case, I would win with the long throw. The whole purpose of me getting the ultra short throw is giving me a TV-like experience. I could have did the same thing with the long throw and saved some money. So you're ripping your customers off and making them believe they're getting something that they're not. I am going to be launching these demonstrations, these right here. These are challenges we're putting out for the gray screen. And we're going to category mark them by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and so forth. Why? Because when we go to court, I want to show the judge that I went out and I posted these videos for these companies to do these demonstrations, and they can search and see that none of them were done. Because you can't do it. We already know what's going to happen to you. You're going to fail the test. And if you can't do this and you can't back your product up in court, and then we can show videos that we actually put these demonstrations out here for you to do, and you never did them, that means you're in a lot of trouble when you hit that courtroom. So we're already setting you up for the serve. This was a perfect video. These are perfect videos for this. Because you can't camouflage your black, that's why. Now the LG OLED demonstration with the Jazz, they camouflage your black in there. There's certain videos they do where they camouflage black. They make you believe that you're seeing black, but you're technically not getting it. This you can't camouflage. It's worse than the star field. Because it shows solid blankets of black. Now my projector has a 4,000 to 1 contrast. That's it. It's no model. I can read that from here. It's no problem. Big question is, people have projectors way more than mine. Customer test demonstration. I'll put the link to this video at the bottom. You can check it out for yourself. Do the test for yourself. Turn your lights on. All of them. Got windows next to you. Hey, slash that light in. And see if that screen's right. See what you paid for when you come to your projector. And then when you read the contrast is not reading correctly, after watching this demonstration, because they probably lied to you and said, well, there's no black screens out there. They don't even exist. Well, you can contact them. They can reach out to me. Oh, redirect them to me, please. I would love to have a conversation with them. Have them email me. My email, all my information at the bottom. Have me have a little talk with them. And I can show them my technology. And then I can have a little talk with them by saying that I read through your specification sheet. I read through everything you have over there. You don't read black. You got to get that cleaned up or we'll challenge you in court. Bring them to Mr. Bird. Now, for most people at the end of the day, they'll just be happy bringing out something, make some money off of it, and that's it. We're different. We're way different than that. I'm a person of challenge. I'm a person that feels at the end of the day that something should be done right. If it's not done right, then it should be put out on blast. That's the type of person I am. If I'm buying something from you, I want what I paid for. I don't want no crappy, ashy, gray nonsense. I don't want that. I don't want no discoloration. I don't want to calibrate. I don't want dark environments. I don't want to spend money for expensive projectors. Heck, I don't even want to spend past $20 for a projector. I don't want forced into anything with little options. And then sit there and tell me, oh, this is the best entertainment. No, if that's the case, just go buy a TV. And if projection screens, these companies are making these projectors, if you want to survive in this field, you're going to have to deal with companies that only have black technology. Because that 2 million to 1 contrast you put on there isn't working. It's not reading on a gray and white screen. Especially for a gray screen to come out and say you're ultra short throw compatible, that is the biggest lie on the face of the planet. You are not ultra short throw compatible. Are you saying because you can be seen on the screen? Guess what can be seen on the screen? My wall, notebook paper, cardboard, all that can be seen on the screen. What are you talking about here? What do you mean by compatible? Are you talking about compatibility to certifies? Certifies have a reflective surface. I've tested tons of their ultra short throw setup. So they have to have a certain screen for projection because certain screens won't read on short throws or ultra short throws. They don't pick up, they come dark. They get the narrow viewing cone effect triggers off. So their screens are different. It's a fabric, a film that they use. You're a paint at the end of the day. What do you mean by you're not compatible? I don't get that one. Now, you just sat there and watching the demonstration with Fernando. You watching him with the Network Grade 773 blended his screen. So would that make Network Grade 773 a basic house paint, ultra short throw compatible? Yes. It is ultra short throw compatible. What would make your ultra short throw different from another grade paint? Not much. Now, when we do our demonstrations, what makes our ultra short throws different from other black paint? They don't read next to ours. They come up dark. We got tons of demonstrations on it. We built an entire page for it on our website. We can show the ultra short. Those don't read. Any type of projectors, they don't read. Technology pulls a much higher white level. So we can back that in court, no problem. Ultra short though compatible, which means that screen reads 100% black regardless of your projector's capability. Gray screen, do you have that capability to upgrade the ultra short though to do that? No. In your world, it's different. It's going to cost the customer more money to spend more money for an ultra short though with a higher contrast to fix your mess. So it costs them more money to run an ultra short though on your screen, where my customers can go spend $60 for the one I have sitting on the floor and read an Infinity One contrast level. So you're not compatible. If you don't read black, you're not compatible. And that's for long throw too. You have a long throw projector and you're saying I'm compatible, and you're not compatible unless you can read 100% black. Now, Mr. Burr, what about your gunmetal technology? We never said it reads 100% black. It picks up colors, it does what it's supposed to do, but it still doesn't read 100% black. I prefer not to make it, to tell you the truth, honestly. I really don't. I don't want to make it. The only version that I see actually making is a screen that absorbs light. The only reason why we're building that thing at the end of the day is because we just want to show the certified companies that we have a much more better gunmetal than them. Other than that, I really don't even want to feel like selling it. It doesn't read black. I'm a big fan of reading black. That's contradicting my own words, but I want to build that just for the sake of the show we can do it. To sell it? What's the point? It don't read black. It don't read 100% black. Even though it can read a darker level than any other gunmetal screen, still, it don't read 100% black next to the black screens. That black screen would crush it. That black screen not only can blend into its white levels with no problem whatsoever. Mind you, if it can blend into a light gray screen, what do you think it'll do to a gunmetal? So it'll blend into a gunmetal's white levels. It'll pick up better color because it's a black screen, and its contrast will be far more superior than the gunmetal technology even when we developed it. I already did that in a demonstration. I developed a 39 Black Widow. You know the record behind a 39 Black Widow? A 39 Black Widow beat every single screen, even a diamond technology. It took every single screen out. The Black Widow at 39, and the demonstration shows it. At 10% took out 17 certified screens at 10% completed. That's how powerful that gunmetal was. We did that to prove a point to show that we can develop a gunmetal screen paint that can literally take out a physical. And we beat every single one of them. And then to show them insult to injury, we took the 38 or 39 Black Widow and put it against our black technology, and it took it out. To show how superior the black technology is compared to everybody else. How many of you done that test? Oh, you don't do tests. That's why. That's why you don't have a track record like we do. Like we're doing this right now for fun. You should be able to do this with no problem. I watched the Iowa projector. The Iowa projector, and I don't care what they say, they do the most wackiest demonstrations I've ever seen. It's like watching an episode of Benny Hill when I watch your stuff. I'm just expecting for people to just go run around some antic music playing in the background. It feels like Benny Hill episode to me, because it's all a lie. The guy gets up there. I watched the whole demonstration. He gets up there. He talks about how powerful the contrast is. There's no contrast going on that projector. There's no contrast on the screen. They talk about the lights in the ceiling. They're 18 feet up. That's playing in the screen. Talking about, we could do much better if we didn't have the lights way up there. Your lights are 18 feet up. The average home doesn't have 18 feet of light up in the air. The average home is going to be between 8 and 9. So they had 8.5 to 9 feet tall ceilings. So if 18 feet can play a screen, imagine what we could do to your screen in here. I watched you guys. I studied you guys. Every single demonstration, dark ambient light controlled environment. I watched the demonstration where I watched them come in and set up 9 ultra short throw projectors. It was fully lit in there when you were doing the installment. The minute it came to the show the projectors, every single booth was dark, but it had a little white light traced around the back of it. That's pathetic at the end of the day. Your projectors are far more advanced than mine. And that's what you're giving customers at the end of the day, that nonsense, that Mickey Mouse crap. That's bull crap. There's no way in the world I would let that slide for me at the end of the day. So, this is the color version of it. It's pretty cool. I was mentioning to watch it. We're going to play it through anyway. So, again, what's going on here? And then they come out there and they talk about all this light. We got all this light in here. I saw one of their demonstrations where they got the screen in the garage. They got the garage door open. There is no light. If you look at the floor, you'll see there's no light transferring near the screen. They got a couple lights in the background. Well-lit environment. That is pathetic. Well, I'm going to tell you something right now. When we get that technology out there, I'm going to do it in the middle of the park. Ultra short throw setup. I'm going to blow every single demonstration on an ultra short throw clean out of the water with a black apex that will operate an ultra short throw outside at 12 o'clock in the afternoon in a parking lot. It's going to crush every single demonstration ever done on an ultra short throw projector. You thought the Ultimate GT55 demonstration was mind-blowing. We did that at 140 inches outside. This one can do it outside at daytime hours. It's a cakewalk. We do them at 300 lumens outside. So you mean we're going to jump from 300 lumens to 3,000? Yeah, how much of a cakewalk would it be for that technology to do that? So the new game we have coming up is going to set the new platform and the new standard on how your customers are supposed to see how ultra short throws are supposed to operate. The demonstrations we make on our screen paints are going to set the platform for when it comes to screen paints. Screen paints here, other section, physical screens. They're going to set the new era on what customers are going to expect. So for all you little companies out there at the end of the day who have not been doing your job, lights out. We put something down, it stays down. There's nowhere in the world you can reach that bar. But you have plenty enough time. And you've been ripping your customers off for years. And you know darn well you could have did much better. So it's coming. Nothing you can do to stop it. And if you make any videos or anything about it, I've got people that we are hiring. They're going to get paychecks to watch your channels. They're coming to sit there and observe what you do. To record and document everything you say and what you say of, and look for keywords. Anything that comes up mentioning Mr. Bird's company, anything that comes up stating that we're scammers or whatever, we will see you in court. We will sue you for millions. And if enough of these videos went out that you did it potentially to damage my company's name, we'll see you in federal court for criminal charges. Mind you, federal carries 20 to 30. I hope you're ready for that one. The gravy train is about to be derailed. And I'll pull the tracks out, plant some beautiful wildflowers out there, a nice little lake, a little meadow maybe out there, a little meadow and a beautiful lake out there, man-made lake and all that there. Beautiful. Get rid of that stain. It's been plaguing these customers for the longest time. You're mad at me at the end of the day because I won't play with you guys at the end of the day. Because I won't do your demonstration, stuck in the dark and all that other dumb nonsense. No, we're not doing any of that. No, I don't even want to do it myself. That's what you're mad at me about. Because I won't play ball. No, I've never been that type of person anyway. So, with that being said, we're doing things the way it's supposed to be done. There's no way in the world I'm going to serve my Lord and Savior and get on camera and lie about how something's bringing a contrast level and it doesn't read a contrast level. How does that work? And to customers, you deserve better. Much, much better. Much, much better. Get out of the dark. Stop shipwrecking your investments. Get away from these gray screens. Stop spending all this money for these darkened gunmetal screens at the end of the day. That are just costing you a ton of money for something that you're not even getting out. I'd be darned if I drop 20 grand for a setup and I can't even turn my lights on. I'm not reading 100% contrast. I'm $20,000 in and I can't read 100% contrast. Why? So there you go. Oh, dancing clouds over here. Where's that? What you call it? Christmas fairy tale. Is that right here? No. If everybody on camera thinks it's just blah blah blah. Well, my blah 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 is backed up. I can come on camera and do this. When you talk and I watch y'all demonstrations, y'all even have y'all lights on. I can back up everything I do. If you feel that everything I say from my mouth is completely false, this is what you do. Don't go to your YouTube channel. Don't cry about it. What you do is you sign Mr. Bird's contract. You'll see me in court. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. If you feel that strongly about it, sign. We'll go to court. It's $1 million. No, I can back myself up. 100%. Meet me in court. And then once we get you in there, you know what's going to happen, right? We're going to reverse the tables on you because we're known for doing stuff like that, reversing tables, which means we'll challenge you now in that courtroom. We'll put you on blast. What about your stuff? I've been doing some research on you. I found that your stuff doesn't do what it's claimed to do. Well, we have to open up a new trial now. You willing to walk in there on that one? See, the problem is that you see this big cage, right? And the cage says kitty on it, and you think it's just a kitty cat in there, right? And you go in there and you shut that door and you find a full-grown alpha lion staring you in the face. Unfortunately for you, you got a soup made out of steak and it's covered in A1 steak sauce. And we haven't had dinner yet, or lunch or breakfast, and we're mighty hungry. Don't make a mistake of walking in the wrong cage with us. Outcome does not go well. You have to back your products up. You can't make those statements on camera, and customers should get what they pay for. See how my customers are outside? I'm gonna upload a video. Customers, this is what you should be getting. You should be doing this. Not inside in the dark, trying to figure out where your coffee table's at. Or like you're going through some kind of Indiana Jones exploration where you're actually exploring some lost land or whatever. In there with a flashlight. I already saw somebody pull a flashlight at one time to walk through because the area was so dark. Excuse me. Made me choke on that one. I almost choked on that one. So how in the world, this is a screen size, your normal screen size. How in the world at 150 inches, y'all can't read that white level there? Do you have any idea how a screen paint has to be to read? How many white levels do I have to read to do that? Now I know your intentions is, this is what the devil tells him at the end of the day, that, make a bad video and about his product, and at the end of the day, that he won't get caught. And God is saying to you at the end of the day, that's my blessing that I just gave to my servant. How are you going to hide from God? But sooner or later, your information will pop up, we'll have it, and then you'll be getting a letter like these gentlemen will be getting pretty soon. They'll be getting letters. Well, letters for lawsuits. The other thing that's involved in that, it was a warrant for an arrest. That's a different type of that's not even a letter, that's a personal visit. I got another Ultra shirt. People ask me what that Ultra shirt. It's a Dell. It's a Dell Ultra shirt though. I got that for $31. You got it works perfectly fine. It does. It works. It's just real dim. I couldn't figure out looking like, why is it so dim? Because the person who I bought it from, it still works. I mean, I ain't something bad about it. It works either way. It said the projector had a new lamp in it. I know if a projector has a new lamp into it. What happens is the projector lamp is old, and they go into settings and they factory reset the projector and they make it look like it's new when it's not a new lamp in there. I know the difference between a new lamp and an old lamp. But if you're selling it to somebody at the end of the day who doesn't know much about projectors and they're buying here and there, they won't notice it. But a person like me who's been working with projectors for a very long time, I'm going to see it. So I know that they went in a factory reset it, because you can go in there. People used to do that back in the day. Lamps were super expensive at one point. They were very expensive. And sometimes people thought one of the tricks that you could do is trick the projector to make it believe that there's a new lamp in there, but there isn't. And they would factory reset it. Now this may glitch for a bit, but it always goes back to the warning light going on telling you that you need to replace the lamp. It still goes back to it. But yeah, that's what he did there. He just went in factory reset it, because that thing is super bright. It should be brighter than that, 3,000 lumens. And then it's basically tabletop. As you can see, it doesn't have all the peripherals on the side of it. So that's a fantastic projector right there. I'm actually going to give it to a friend of mine. He's going to paint it up. He's a graffiti artist. He likes it. He wants to paint it up, design it up real nice. Yep. I got a song called Sailing in my head right now. I want to do a video of boats sailing, put that song in the background. I think that'd be nice. Yeah, I'll beat up with the contrast reads on that. Yeah, but that's pretty much what it comes down to. People who make products don't like us, because we won't play ball with them. And some of the ones that are not too smart went out and did dumb stuff, and now they're going to go to court for it and be sued in the process. And then the customers, They get talking to them. They say, well, this stuff's not real. It's not. Well, hey, any customer out there, you have a conversation with any of those people, you tell them to contact Mr. Bird. Mr. Bird got a contract for you to sign. So if you feel the need to tell the customer that I'm not a real deal and all my stuff is fake, then either if you're not man enough to sign that contract, and the customer comes back and contacts me and says, hey, I got proof that this person says so and so and so, we'll send you a contract. We'll figure out, I got a private cyber investigator, hey, I can easy track you. And we'll send you a little piece of paper. You're gonna hide? You got a business, right? If you got a business, it means you got a location. If you got a location, it means we can track you. All right then. So if that's the case, I mean, you're not gonna shut down your business for one person. I hope you wouldn't do that. So if you're running your mouth like that, then I'll track down your company. And I'll send you a nice little contract. And that little contract, I have an agreement. It'll be notarized. It's a pretty piece of paper. You'll love it. And I'll send it over to you. And you sign that contract and you see me in court. Now, what if you run your mouth to your customers about me? Now you can back it up in a court of law in front of a judge. When you mess up in there, you're going to be $1 million, which means I'll take your company from you. It'll be mine. So don't get on camera and say things you can't back up. And to any customer at the end of the day, anyone feels the need to mouth off about Mr. Bird, and you tell him, hey, he's got a contract, go sign it. If he's so fake as you said he is, sign it and see how fast they change the topic to something else. I literally, with the other guy who calls himself making that PSP or Series C mess, that black paint he made was a horrible mess, went in and made some statements about our products or whatever, and trolls were hounding him. They were contacting him saying that they were me to get the paint. And he got to a point, that's why all the states went missing. Yeah, that's what went on. If you look up on the top, he said they were being harassed. I haven't got a record, I've documented everything. We're being harassed. They're not my people at the end of the day. They're not my people at all. I don't advise people to do that. They were just using when you went in and canceled an order, like, oh, this guy canceled an order. I gave him back his money. I got receipts showing you canceled the orders, right? You put the money back in my account, so trolls saw that. And they said, well, guess what? They scared this guy. Let me go contact him. Because you gave trolls energy. And that's what they did. They were contacting him and saying, hey, I'm representing Mr. Bird. I would like to get some of your paint. And he got scared and he started canceling states. He's missing up to 10 states in his shopping cart. Go count them. I think the website's still there. Go back and count it. See if I'm joking. Put in a fake order and go count the states. You'll see a bunch of them missing, including mine's missing. Matter of fact, we have a little game down here called Missing Pennsylvania, where I have people come and say, yeah, this guy was so scared of us. Yes, you pulled the entire state. They go on their phone, they go to his website, they look it up. When they make the order, they notice that the state's missing. And a lot of other ones are missing too. So that's what they were doing. They were going in and they were asking him, like, hey, I want to order the paint. And he couldn't send that paint to us. It doesn't work. You can't back that stuff up. And they were getting states canceled out left and right. They're messing with them. That's not my problem at the end of the day. I don't remove entire states out of my freaking shopping carts. I never have. I don't know why we would do that to begin with. That's just stupid. Unless you can't back the product up. That's the only thing I can think of. Of course, we saw that, but they gave back the money. Let me see. $4K demonstrations. These commercials are freaking hilarious. People be jogging and the guys are freaking lounge chairs chasing them. He's trying to stay in shape. He's New Year's resolution. He's trying to keep it, and the chair's chasing him. Oh man, that's a good one. That's a good commercial. See, to the customers, this is what you should be getting. This is what you should be expecting. And if anybody says at the end of the day, well, my demonstrations are fake, I say Mr. Bird has a contract. He talks about it all the time on his YouTube channel. You just give him my information, tell me where, and we'll find that company, and we'll have a nice little talk with him. I'll talk to you personally. And I'll ask you the question there, you think I'm a fake and I'm not real? If you say the word yes, well, I got a contract for you. Sign it. Meet us down here in Pennsylvania. You're going to find out my stuff is very real, and you're going to find out you owe me $1 million now. It's a very costly mistake to make. Till then, I'm going to be doing this today. And that today. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is, man. 60 bucks. I got an Epson projector. I'm about to get a short throw. I got another one. It's a little pricier than that one. It's $95. It's funny how I say price here, $95. I'm not used to paying that kind of money for projector. These things spoil me now. I'm not used to paying that kind of money. The $16 projector, man. No, we got one cheaper than that. The Sony, we paid $10 for a Sony. I still can't believe I got the projector for 10 bucks. I'm gonna set that one up today too. $10 projector. All right, I'm gonna do a $10 projector and $16 projector setup challenge. Fully lit environment. We're gonna call it What Customers Should Expect. I think that's a nice title. What customers should expect. Because that's what you should be getting. They give you any more of that dumb mumbo jumbo, or you gotta be in the dark mumbo jumbo. You gotta buy expensive mumbo jumbo. You gotta calibrate mumbo jumbo. Mumbo jumbo. That's what it is. Because I'm not doing it. Mumbo jumbo. And if any of them got the nerve to say that, well, Mr. Bird, his demonstrations on YouTube, those are fake demonstrations. He's using camera tricks. Be careful about that one. That's a major lawsuit, by the way. He's using camera tricks and stuff like that. You tell him Mr. Bird got a contract. Mr. Bird is going to walk you into a courtroom to back his product 100%. Mr. Bird's going to sue you for $1 million. I wonder how long that conversation is going to last. Look at the top of the dinosaur coming across the roar. Roar. What's up, buddy? So all you got to do is tell. You give me the name of their company? Excuse me. Give me the name of the company. That's my cold coming up, thank goodness. Before I wasn't even getting half of that coming up. But you can, Mr. Bird, they can contact me. Or you can post a little video and put down your company's information with a shout out to me. Man, brought up a huge one. Thank you. I'm sorry, people. I'm killing a cold. Man. Yeah, that's coming up. Thank you. You have no idea. Last couple of days have been interesting. Ain't the right taco sauce. I'm tired of hearing them talk call. Yeah, you ain't the only one. But anyway, and we can go to court. That's all to it. Simple. Very simple. It's very simple. Very simple. Not complicated. There's no back and forth, dumb nonsense. I don't talk to them. I'm too busy. I should have never entertained it that long to begin with. Should have just took them to court and sued them. But anyway, we had no time to entertain that. And no King Challenge bullcrap. I don't have time for that nonsense. Signed court. Signed court. Signed court. Too much of this. Not enough of this. Sign, 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 sign. Sign. That's it. Now, if you're thinking at the end of the day, so he's saying it because he needs money. Why would I need money at the end of the day? I'm good. I have the first screen that can operate in sunlight. Do you have any idea what that technology is worth now? The advertising tech alone by itself is worth billions of dollars. It's worth a lot of money. You know, that changes the game on so many levels. It's crazy. So we're good. We're definitely good. And then the screen paints we make on here are flawless. We have demonstrations that no one can match. So, no. I'm tired of people talking nonsense. That's what I'm tired of. I'm tired of people getting on a YouTube channel and talking nonsense. So this is what we do. We shut you up completely. You sign the contract. You see me in court. If you feel you're that passionate, you feel my product is that fake, then don't get on your channel and whine about it. Sign, see me in court. It's that simple. If you can't sign that contract and you can't see us in court, then that means everybody knows you're not more than just a jealous individual who's mad because my products are far better than yours. Because if you felt that if there's any truth to what you believe in, you would have signed already. And if you continue to do videos and one of my people do find you, that signed contract would have been a blessing compared to what we're going to do to you in a courtroom when we take you to court and hit you with those criminal charges too. That lawsuit that we take in court with that signed agreement doesn't give you criminal charges. But if we do find videos of you doing stuff you know you shouldn't be doing to begin with, we got to do what we got to do. We got to protect our company. Then that means that we're going to file criminal charges on you. And that's where things get really, really messed up for you. So it's better to just sign, get hit with $1 million lawsuit or agreement, because you agree you're going to pay us some money. And if you feel you don't want to, I'll execute judgment on you. You know what happens when you get $1 million executed judgment on you? Everything freezes in your world. That's a lot of money you got to pay back with interest. A debt collector sees that, any debt collector is going to come after that bounty for that one. And your accounts are going to lock down quick. You want $1 million. Court order. So with that being said, yeah, that's going to be a bit hairy. That's why nobody wants to sign them. We had somebody come and act like he was like some business guy. He wasn't. Your accounts were fake. Your accounts are always fake. Don't do that. Remember, you got IP logins. Don't do that. Stop doing that nonsense. But anyway, as I said before, sign. See you in court. That's all you got to do. Simple and plain. If you can't back it up, then, you might have to pack it up. Remember I made that statement, back it up or pack it up? Who packed it up? Crow did. He packed it up. Crow's business, yeah, he's out of business. The website's gone down. His Facebook page is pretty much got a bunch of clutter, nonsense on it. And his YouTube page is ranting. That's pretty much it. No new technology for 2026, nothing. That's not the way you want to go out. And then the worst part has not got there yet, but it is coming. And that other probably is going to go through, but committing all those crimes. It's not going to go out. It's not the way you want to go out. I'm liking these pretty pink flowers. Damn. Yeah, pick it up. That's great. This tea is amazing. What is in this? My sister brought me some tea with something in it. And man, that stuff is pretty good. I broke it down. Some tea bags she bought from me. All right. Well, that being said, I'm done here. What the customers should be getting, what the customers should expect. It's true. It's what you actually should be getting. You should be just sitting here and do this. Here, hold on. Let's have a little fun here, quick. We were behind the desk doing this whole thing. Bum, 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 bum. Let's show you something that they can't do. Yeah. Now, for a screen that keeps sitting over there, chill next to the heat. I tell you about the heat now. See, see, I'm projector sitting right there. For ultra short that was set up, so they said we can do this. You can't read black. So you don't even read color correctly. But I showed you in the demonstrations where we did the screen paints versus our screen paint, and you see when the green came up, this side was just all bland, one flat green, because they can't read multiple colors, because multiple colors require dark levels, and you can't read dark levels. But for a black screen, we go through this all the time. People come in, they lean against the wall, and they want to see if they can see the screen. They can read it perfectly fine. Yeah. Oh, for those who know what kind of projector is an NEC, and that's the model number right there. Hold on. I'll put the model numbers at the bottom for you. Come on, folks, it's gonna be nice. There we go. I'll put the model number at the bottom. This is a ViewSonic I picked up. I'll put the model number for that one. This is a short though model. You should be able to see your screen over there. And then from top to bottom, you should be able to read nice bright white levels. See, if the product came up as dark as some claim it did, then you wouldn't be able to pick that up. See that white level right there? That wouldn't even be able to see that because the screen would be too dark. See, if you're looking at it from the front and it's coming up that dark, then how would you be able to see it inside like that? There you go. It's going to be a very expensive lawsuit. See, look at this, look. Always. Fish is always there waiting to kill me. But he keeps leaving it there, that's why. So, that comes from people being jealous and upset over our products. But my Lord is tired of it. And I told you before, 2026 is judgment. Those of you who made the awful mistake of taking my Lord's blessings and went on YouTube and slandered his blessings, slandered his servant, your time has now come. And sooner or later, you'll be getting a court, that'll be court orders when we sue you, but you'll be getting a arrest warrant. Some individuals are going to jail. They got to go for a judge. That means all this stuff that you did and committed is not going to be in front of a judge. Question. If you felt the need to hide behind an account, fake emails, fake phone numbers, and all that stuff, that means you didn't want anybody to know about the stuff you were sending out because you knew it was against the law, right? So if that's the case, what's going to happen when a judge sees it? With your information and you're sitting in the courtroom in front of it all. Yeah, that says a lot right there. Now, for these individuals, if they mess up in this courtroom, minimum is 20 years and maximum is 30. It may be higher than that because there's a conspiracy charge going on. There's a bunch of individuals. You got to add more people to the hat. As a matter of fact, I have to go down and have to file criminal charges today against Daniel McAfee. So we can have it on record. We had to file against him for cyber stalking. I have to get that done today. Unfortunately, something has to be done today. We're stalking my business. And now there's an open case on everything now. We can add this in. Again, I have my pictures on my cell phone. I can send it over the email to them. We can begin that process for Daniel McAfee and the fellow calls himself PC King. You've been added in. You're going to be added in already today. PC King contacted us several times and used the United States Postal Service to abuse someone else's address, which wasn't his. Let me see. You guys want to check a minute? I gotta make all the way over to the police station today for that one to file that form. Yeah, people just getting in trouble. Doing stuff they should not be doing. Life is too short. Doing stuff like this. I already forgot about that. I gotta get that done now. What do you have even that even there? Fortunately, that's the process server. Oh, I forgot. We got to add Fernando in there too. So I got to get his return call because he has to be adding that one too. Are we doing a whole movie on there? Yes, we are. Always doing something crazy. A whole movie in there. People, I got to kill two birds with one stone, so to speak. I got to grab this other document. So I didn't make this a part of this, but I got to get this done. If I don't get this, that's what to do, and that's to do, and everything else. That's up on my plate. Oh, business license. Better go get me another one. Well, he's got to be taken care of today. Oh yeah, that's Williams. We just took the scan already. That's done. Wait, all this is scanned? This is scanned? Everything is scanned? We got police report numbers. Suspicious activity. You know, this is all him. Alright. Alright, that's it. some of you are saying, well, you can forgive. Well, we did try to do that for Danny Rogers. No, Danny Rogers, for uh, McAfee. We did. We did. I warned him. I warned him. Right? I did warn you, right? I told you to walk away from it. And now look at the situation. Now, open case. Now, you're involved in this mess. So I got to put you in open case now. Which means now they got to start an investigation on you next. They got to go and they got to dig through your information and figure out where you live at and look at the stuff that you sent through, which clearly you wrote your name on these things. And now you're going to be a part of this whole fiasco nightmare too. It means you get caught on this. It's $1 million in fines and, time in jail and all this crazy stuff that you didn't even have to go through if you had just basically walked away from it. You couldn't even do that. It's a shame. It's a shame. Now I got to get this together because I got to remember I got to be out the door because that's something I was supposed to do. And I got to do it. I got to file a charge against him because when you ask for the insert report, you have to submit the insert report and send it over for the open case. With that, you have a lawsuit coming up because I'm suing you for $1 million, by the way. Probably a little more than that. Maybe roughly a lot more than that. I got several lawsuits coming your way. You mentioned my name a couple of times on camera making statements about me that weren't true. So I'm going to challenge you in court. Whatever you said about me, I'm going to challenge you. One saying we use high-powered projectors right in front of you. I'm challenging in court on that one. Or when you claimed that the product that you had, you bought from my company, I'm challenging in court on that. They said that was my receipt, right? All right, it's going to cost you a couple $1 million for that one because you had no business putting a receipt out there claiming it came from my company. That's going to cost you a lot of money and some prison time because, again, that's fraud. That's very serious fraud. I don't know what the freak you were thinking. In the video, we can show a post office box where you claim you had a ship from the United States Postal Service. That's another one. In the receipt, we can clearly show that you have a Q in there. That's a copyright infringement lawsuit coming up for that one. And we got you in the most recent one where you and Danny Rogers were talking about that was my product. You were doing some demonstrations. So Rogers is getting sued in that one, and you're getting sued in it. Because you were advertising his product and slandering my product, making false statements about something you never even had to begin with. You're both getting sued millions of dollars for that. And that's fraud against my business. So good luck with that one. But we're going to start the first thing. The first path we need to start is the mail fraud nonsense you were doing by using the United States Postal Service and using other people's addresses to attack my company. Well, you people don't understand how deep this thing goes. It is really crazy what these guys are doing. At that, we got emails of them impersonating police officers. There were a couple of things that came across our account that were weird. We had lawyers, fake inspectors, all kinds of stuff that were coming across it. They were just doing all kinds of crazy stuff. They figure no one's going to find me. No one's going to know. Well, no, we all know now. Cool. I was supposed to flash that. Turn that because those weirdos. They don't learn anything. You don't learn nothing. You're going to open the case, send me text messages. Yeah, we got those too. I got to scan those too. They ought to be taking pictures today. Man. All right, we get them done. Get everything done. Get the pictures and all that stuff scanned out. I got to run this from here because I got to get this all done with that. Pass this all done. Make sure I get all this completed today. And that way, I can get Mr. PC King taken care of. And I got you multiple times harassing my accounts, my office business accounts. So we got you on that one. We saved all your emails. And you also signed your name to some nonsense. I can never understand grown men acting like little tiny kids or families. Remember that statement you made on camera? You said that he's threatening to take my house. That's not a threat. I am going to take your house. You owe me a lot of money. How are you going to pay me this money at the end of the day? I'm suing you for a couple $1 million, man. How are you going to pay my? How are you going to pay my company back this money? So something's got to give. And then they're going to fine you. They're going to fine you for touching the post office for abusing. That's $1 million fine they're going to hit you with. How are you going to pay them? So you are going to lose your property. And you try explaining that to your wife. Unless she knows about it, but she knows the stuff you were doing. If I find out that any of your wives knew your actions and what you were doing, we're taking them to court. Because it shows at the end of the day that they could have blocked or did something. Now they can get in court easily say, hey, look, I tried with him. He don't want to listen. He's hard hitting. What I'm supposed to do? He does what he wants to do. They can easily say that. But I do know for a fact that Fernando's wife knew. We knew for a fact. There's no way in the world possible he could have hit a 3D printing equipment from her in that place. In that apartment, no. And then half the stuff he's doing, we know she knows about it. So most likely, yeah, we're gonna file a lawsuit against her. But I got a lawyer already for Mr. Williams, Baltimore, in Section 8. We're gonna be suing this really. I got a lawyer already. Ready to go. That guy saw the transcripts on how many times we contacted him. You gotta be kidding me. You reached out to him that many times? That many times? You would send them all this stuff over and he did nothing? That guy's still there? Yeah, they never evicted him and nothing at all whatsoever. They neglected the whole thing. He said they're going to get sued. Yeah, they're getting sued for millions of dollars. Yeah, you have no idea how bad it's going to be. It's staggering. We're suing both complexes. The low rises and the high, they're both getting into lawsuits. The managers are involved. The emails that went out to that manager, he's getting sued for a couple $1 million. Yeah, it's crazy. And they're going to fire him. I told them. That's the last thing I said to them. When I tried to reach out to them, they blocked my number. And they said, you take it up with the police. Well, police are not involved now. We got federal agents involved now because post office inspectors involved now. They opened the case. So now you got to deal with them. They're way higher up than the police. They have a higher jurisdiction than the police. So interesting when he made that statement. He said, you take it up with the police. And the lawyer was like, okay. And now you got post office inspectors now involved in this, opening up a case. I'm gonna go get me my case number too. So I need to pass over to FBI so I can get the rest of those charges over there. Show them that I did file for the identity theft and all that stuff with them, and they can take that case number and they can contact them on their end. And what they'll do is they'll basically say, hey, did this guy go file? So yes, it's this number, information, these individuals involved. So they're going to share their information with them. That's why the case numbers are important. Their court numbers are important because they share information back and forth. And then we'll contact Baltimore police and say, hey, look, this is what we're found with so, and this is the problem we have with this individual. And like, oh shoot, they got them involved. You know what I mean? They share information back and forth. So yeah, it speeds up the process even faster. That's what it does. Because other agencies now, law enforcement are sharing information back and forth. These case numbers showing that, yeah, all this nonsense is going on. That's why the woman I was talking to over there, she said, there's no way in the world this should have went on this long. Somebody dropped the ball somewhere. It should never went on this long. These guys should have been in front of a judge. For the amount of evidence we have, they should have been in front of a judge. So that's why they're taking care of this now. They're on it right now. Thank you, Jesus. God is good. God is good. Imagine when we take their public housing over there to court, we have 37 transcripts. We have I got 196 pieces of mail on me, including everything from nude photos to lewd emails telling us about raping and sodomizing, contacting my sister with pornography, stuff like that. posting out of the apartment. We had videos posting out of the apartment claiming that our products were scams and rip-offs and we were robbing people and stealing from people. All kinds of stuff. I got all kinds of lewd acts going on in that building and outside the building. This individual, yeah, they're going to get $1 million lawsuits. Sorry, not millions. Millions was a big ass. So you literally have made it possible for Mr. Bird, if he chooses to. I mean, it's early retirement when you think about it. This is literally how many transcripts we sent to the building explaining about Mr. Williams' actions and how many times they were ignored from management. Right there directly. That's them right there. Sent it right to their building. Pictures and everything. And they ignored all that. Yep. That's it. That's the end of that. That lawsuit's going to be up there. I've never seen $1 million on a paycheck, but I'm about to see one. And then we're going to turn around and going to sue Fernando's building too. Because we can show that bottom line is that the landlord basically not only was a very hard individual to kind of track and figure out where he was at, but the fact that Fernando is operating on a fake lease, doesn't have documents, and attacked their company multiple times, including running a counterfeiting ring in his apartment, running a business without a proper business license. The building is not zoned for it. He's operating the equipment in the building. It's not even properly zoned for it. His landlord's under so much freaking problems. It's not even funny at the end of the day. He's getting sued. He might even lose the building over this mess. It's a mess. Yep. So it's interesting. That's why I'm glad I kept everything. I kept every single document, every recording, every text, everything. And that's why it was meant for this to happen. I told you because when McAfee was stalking us and he was sending out all these weird letters to people, that every person who got the letter, not one person threw it out. Not one person threw out any of the letters. They kept all the letters. Tell me, this is what I need. They kept all the letters. Every single person. They could have taken those letters and threw them in the trash. They didn't. Every person kept the letters. You know why, gentlemen? Because it was meant for you to hit this fate. It was meant for you to go before a judge. It was meant for you to be prosecuted. All this was meant to be. Not one person threw out one letter. This is it. This is what I'm looking for. Daniel McAfee. That's somebody else's property. He was using it without permission. Can I have your YouTube account too? I know you deleted it, but I have all your YouTube accounts. We got a couple of them. We got a YouTube account. I even have one of them where basically the PC that you were using, tell me if I'm wrong, you were showing the World War Z, the PC you were gaming on. It's the same exact PC that shows up on a page that shows a PC using a stormtrooper, a white stormtroopers for a CPU cap or copper block system. That's you. That's your setup. And you go by the name of something called Phantom HD. That's you, isn't it? All right then. Well, I'll see you in court. I'm going to sue you for $2 million. And I'm filing criminal charges against you. Well, in the sense of them now, because you did use the post office without permission, right? So that means now, at the end of the day, that you're with them now. So that means that they're going to receive 20 to 30. You're going to receive 20 to 30 if you're found guilty. Okay, I'm taking these right here. So let me keep these separate. Let me see. We got Daniel McAfee. This is PC King. Keep it separate. Sorry, people. We got to add this in there because I got to get this done today. This is very important. I get this done today. That's Daniel McAfee, right? Daniel McAfee. These on my phone, but send the pictures over. point. You sat there and said that you were going to contact the post office and have me locked up. And here I am the one that got the post office. Same number you sent over, that's the number I used to contact them to file a complaint against you. Piece of pen right there. That's some company's address to use. But I'll make sure they have your pictures and stuff. We have all your pictures of what you look like. Because you're on YouTube quite a few times, so we do have your pictures of what you look like. Your account numbers, IP logins, all that stuff. You know, because you wanted to tangle with Matrix at the end of the day, right? That's the guy you want to play around with, right? All right, no problem. So we got all your information. I'm going to make sure that once I go down and file a police report against you today and against Daniel McAfee, then I want to contact the United States Postal Office Inspector, which we have them on our account right there. We got an email to send right over directly to the detectives unit. I'm going to make sure they have your information and the instant report that we filed against you. I'll let them know that this report is there, so when they go down there, they can go contact the Allentown Police Department and get your information and go from there. And what's this right here? Oh, it's your Facebook information. Daniel McAfee. Let's get to this full face. Wait, didn't we just scan that? We scanned all that, right? Oh, we do have to scan his face. Alright, I will print that out. I'll print the scan the face out. Right here. So we have it right there. We're going to the folder here. Where's the folder? Pop up my pictures. Oh, now I can put the whole address in there. There we go. Alright, good. That's what I need. Piece of thing. That's piece of thing. This is thing. These are his. Flushington, Ohio, population, I think it's 800 people in Flushington, Ohio. And the bars in Ohio, so they're both in the same section. Right here, space. This is face. And the front of this page too, it matches his handwriting. Let's see. Daniel McAfee. Daniel McAfee. Yeah, blow up copy. All we need is your picture. Put your name on it. From your Facebook account. So we need matching what we have here on these envelopes, these postcards of your name on them. That's all we need. Then you can do the rest from there. That's all we need. That's why when he was in Crowcast, he kept coming in Solid Wake 5 because he was hiding his name. Because you don't want anybody knowing your real name. And the mistake you made is when you contacted my Facebook fan page trying to make trouble for me over there and you left your page open. We duplicated your entire page. I noticed that when we go back to your page, when your page pops up, because it comes up on my feed from time to time. If he opens up this page, it comes up on our feed. So, oh, I didn't get the water print out. We did a full page. So, what we have here is the fact that when his page was open, we saw his full name. I said, oh, that's his real name. It's not Solomon Bob, it's Daniel McAfee. And your face matches the exact same identical structure of the videos that we have showing you doing these fake demonstrations, claiming that you bought my products. That, my friend, is going to cost you a lot of money. You went on YouTube, mind you, when we say this in front of a judge, you went on YouTube, you did a fake unboxing, printed out a United States Postal Service shipping label with the United States Postal Service boxes being used in a crime, printed out a fake receipt claiming you got it from us, and proceeded to do a demonstration in a container that wasn't ours, stating that that's how our product reacts, and then posted this on YouTube. Buddy, you're going to court for this, man. I'm assuming the daylight's out of you for this. So when I tell you at the end of the day that you're going to be there for a very long time, you're facing 20 to 30 years from them. That's not even us hitting you yet. You could easily in federal court for what you just did to my company get an additional 20 years. And then this other nonsense, we get cyberbullying. Those are 20-year prisons, and it's all federal. So now we got a nice big picture of you now. Rocking music. It's kind of playing. Oh, some music in the background. So music in the background from the previous video that you had. They'll bring up the whole video. So that's you, right? Right? That's you. That's your face. That's you, Daniel McAfee, right? That's you, right? And that's the same person that was stalking me, and that's you right there. Same person, Daniel McAfee. So if that's not your address, that address belongs to somebody else, which means that's identity theft. And that means you used their address 3 different times and sent it to different people's addresses to try to make trouble for us. So that means you contacted me 801 here, and you contacted me here. Yeah, that's enough to do it, buddy. So I'm going to file charges against you today. And then after that, when I get done with that, I'm going to go contact FBI. I'm going to file there, and I'm going to send that over to them. But I forgot, I got to get this done. Now, you can sit there and say at the end of the day, well, you know, ain't no statute of limitations, case was open. Once that case opens, that's it. Case has to be open before statute of limitations kick in. Case was opened up before the statute of limitations kicked in. It was case posted afterwards, that'd be a trouble. But no, they posted it on time. They opened on time, which means everything is eligible. So anything you guys have did, it's going in that case. So good luck with all that. I told you. Judgment. Look, fingerprints. Literally that fingerprints on. I don't know, people sitting there like, oh my goodness, that's beyond, yeah, they self-snitching, horrible. Sorry we had to add this in this video, but it had to be in there. This is for Fernando. That's the warrant we had to put on him, basically from a process server to come to go get him for some dumb nonsense he was doing. That's going over to there. Oh, and I have to make sure that his, I gotta get you guys taken care of. I gotta make sure that, when we get all this settled in, because, you know, the lawsuits and all that stuff that's going on, we're also going to show that, well, these guys are not involved in it so much because, again, Mr. Williams sitting in his building, that's between me and Mr. Williams in his building. That's it. That's the lawsuit between them and them. But Fernando You're on your end, you have to understand that every single time that they asked us, how do we know these people? We all point it back to you. So we let them know from the end of the day that you're undocumented. We had to contact immigration and law enforcement and all that stuff like that. You have reports on you in Allentown, all the stuff you've been doing. All that stuff's been documented. It's thrown right back at them. Every time they ask us, anytime we know anyone of these individuals, your name comes up. As a matter of fact, let me get your information because they need to know exactly how we know these people. And I'd like to know we know it from you. And make sure we have, for Homeland Security, we had to contact them and file reports against you. Let me see, actually right here. So that's where that comes from, because no one's gonna sit there and say, somebody just randomly just sent you 196 pieces of mail without knowing you. Why? It had to come from somewhere. So what Fernando doesn't understand about how law works, how the laws work, of course he doesn't, as you can see, that if you mention something, a rumor or something, and it comes to life and somebody gets affected by it, you can get jail time for that. But you got more problems than that, because you did a lot more than that. There you go. This is your information, right? This is where you live at. I should print out my stuff behind the back of it, but there you go. That's you right there. But I got a better one than that one. Oh, you're already in the system. What do I care? You're in the system already. You got to follow me. Fernando Gonzalez, you're in the system already. We don't need all that. Man, my lawyers are going to have a field day in court with these lawsuits, man. We're suing so many people, it's not even funny. There's going to be a lot of people getting sued this year. We got people made statements about my company. We got on flash drives, recording, emails, text messages, all types of stuff. We're going to be getting people getting sued left and right in the thing. Sheesh. They're going to have more. I want to sue more people this year than I think. Yeah, there's a lot of people to sue. But look, for people who didn't do anything wrong, they don't care. You know why? Because they didn't do nothing wrong. But for the people who did do something wrong, if I were you at the end of the day, I'd be scared to death. You have no idea how fast this is about to become. I bet you right now, you must be terrified to go to your mailbox. I would. I'd be terrified to go to the mailbox. You never know what's going to pop up there from the state or whatever, or some court order, something going to pop up. You don't know. I'd be terrified every time somebody ring my doorbell. You never know there's a search warrant for your arrest or anything could pop up. You don't know. I'd be terrified, man. Every time a cop car roll past me, they might just get out and walk over and say, hey, so-and-so, because your tags will come up. All that stuff. You're going to have your oh, man. You can try to get you in traffic stops anywhere. But if you didn't do anything wrong, it's like if you got 20 people who have been stealing from a company and they've been taking stuff from a company, and they say, hey, look, last week we put in these security cameras. We just didn't tell you about it because we had people stealing on the job. I actually happened on the jobs I was at. Somebody was stealing. We was working at a Kmart, and somebody was stealing stuff and packing it away. And there were like 20 trench coats missing. There was a lot of them missing. These are expensive coats, like $800 a coat missing. And they were going to blame it on the temps. Like, we're going to get blamed. Like, no, heck no, we can get blamed for that. So they put in cameras. And they blamed, the whole time they blamed the temps. Oh, it got to be the temps, it got to be the temps. You know what I mean? You know, it ain't going to be the contractors, because the contractors make good money. Why would they take an $800 coat? That's what one of their, the management was going there saying. Like, why would one of my boys take it in the day? How much money they make in a day? They make way more than what these guys make. Why would they steal the coats? They gotta be freaking temps doing that mess. So they put hidden cameras in there. Guess it was stealing. They were stealing. They caught all of them. They were all in there stealing. And blaming it on us at the end of the day. Just because you make more money don't mean you don't steal. These people make millions of dollars and they steal every day. In the stock market, and trademarks, and all that stuff they do, and Bitcoin, and all that crazy stuff they do. They steal. Don't make a difference. Greed is greed no matter how you look at it. But yeah. So those are the only people get nervous, because the minute the guy came in, he said, well, he didn't tell him yet, but when he came in, he says, well, last week we put in security cameras, and you just seen the entire mood shift on their end completely. You can feel the energy just shift in the room. All of them look guilty, every single one of them, because they didn't know there were hidden cameras in there. You never forget that. They was all full of confidence, brimming with confidence. But the minute that guy came out and said they put hidden cameras in, that entire move shifted in one room. Boy, that tension was so thick in there, you could cut it with a freaking knife in there. You could literally make a tension sandwich. It was literally that much tension going on. They was nervous. And the thing about it is, they saw the footage. Not them. The people saw the footage that came in. Because two officers came in behind them. You didn't know where to go. Any way to go out from that one room. And they was in there with the officers in there. And they told us, at the end of the day, I thought we was getting pinched for that. Now I said, yo, y'all can leave. I said, you feel that energy shift in there? I said, yeah. I said, all of them was feeling it. They only got back to when the managers came and told us the whole story. He said, yeah. They was ripping us off and everything, man. They was taking TVs. They were taking freaking sneakers, clothing. They were freaking jackets. They were taking way more than that. And apparently they've done that at every job they were at. Because there's a track record of stuff missing everywhere they were at. That's why it came down to their unit. And yeah, they're probably selling it someplace else. But anyway, so when we make these statements on our YouTube channel, you know, people who don't steal or don't do that stuff in the day, they have no intentions for that whatsoever. They're just trying to buy a product, get a better screen, or anything I'm saying they don't care about. They really don't, which is good. They don't care about it because they just want to get the screen to use it. That's it. But when we make those statements and other people get upset and get angry, those are the people that know that what's coming for them. They already know. They went out and did all that dirt, and now you know it's coming for you. I don't believe in karma, but whatever it is, you're about to get some. So you're the ones that are upset and angry and bitter because you know it's coming your way. Mug shots will be posted, so you're not going to be posting the mug shots. And anything I found out, the police recordings, I didn't know we could get access to that. I was looking to a friend of mine, and I was like, we can access it. You can get access to that. You get access to the cam footage when the officers arrest them and all that stuff. We get that, the mug shots, and when the debt collectors come over and collect our stuff because they're gonna owe us money, we get access to all that. All right, so I'm taking these down right here, and I'm taking Daniel McAfee. So I can get all this done. Go right down to Allentown Police Department and file. And get my later on. It took a while because I got to get my incident report, which I'll probably have in about 2 days. And then once I get my incident report, I'm taking that down, and I have to file a report with FBI because it is an online cybercrime. And then from there, I get that information over to them, post office inspectors, because they use the United States Postal Service to commit these crimes. Oh, I forgot one. Make sure you put all of them in there. Three trains burning here. Plus, I left my phone. You enjoying this projector heat? Oh, look at him. He over there. Enjoying this projector heat. Do I turn it off? No, it's an equal mode. See, it's going to still generate some heat. I got it turned off. Turn it on. This one, let me go. You can keep that one on. Settings. That's the sensor light and automatic. He's on that side now, so I gotta bring his TV over so you can see it from that angle. So you can see his TV. You see your TV? Yeah, you can see it. There you go. That'd be joke when I see my cat watching TV. Look, we got one pole out. That's his position when he sits to watch TV. Let me see. Well, here's your cartoons. Wow, wow. Wow. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Ooh. Boom. Wow, wow. Keep some busy, man. Anyway. Which way you want it, man? I'll put it over there so you can watch on the side. But now you move. You want to watch the Disneys? Because I know you like to watch in the Disneys. You want to watch the Disneys? He loves the Disney cartoons. Here. There you go, look. There you go. Watch your cartoons. Enjoy your cartoons, alright? I'll take care of some business. Your mother, the big screen, that's something on there. Other than that, that's his cartoons. That's what you like to watch. Mr. Bean, that's his shot. My sister picked him up, the Mr. Bean teddy bear, Teddy, and Mr. Bean for him. Now, unfortunately, gentlemen, this has to be done, you know. I prefer not to do it. I prefer that you enjoy your freedom. I really would, for anybody. Freedom's a precious, beautiful thing. It's a precious thing. But you guys just showed no respect whatsoever. You know, just came out and kept attacking me and attacking me and attacking me. Heck, I even came all the way down here to Allentown, beat my mom, and, you know, just be left alone. And you guys follow me down here and you attack me again. I even have a text message from Jamie saying, hey, we know where you're at. Even from your IP address traced back to your email account, you contacted me in the garage telling me we know where you're at. Showing clearly you're stalking me. So, now you're about to face everything you just did. And it comes with heavy consequences, gentlemen. Extremely heavy consequences. Right now, as I walk down to this police station to file these charges against Mr. McAfee, Mr. McAfee is now going to be added, and PC King are going to be added now into this whole nonsense of abusing the postal service to harass and attack citizens. These carry hefty prison time. McAfee, I want you to think about the day when we filed and what you were doing, because this is the day you're going to remember when you're in the system. Oh, continue watching. We're right here. Where are we going to be at? I used to hate this crap in COVID. Where are we going to be at? Where are we going to be at? And they'll sit there and go, oh, he's doing this out of hatred. Why does it got to be about hatred? You did yours out of hatred. I don't do mine out of hatred. I do mine out of justice. This is the consequences. You got parents. Your parents, I'm pretty sure, raised you the right way. This is the consequence of doing dumb stuff. You go rob a bank, you go to jail. Don't mean the judge hates you. Don't mean that people in the jury hate you. You committed a crime. It's all part of the process. That's why we don't have the purge going on right now. Because we have a process system to keep things in line. So innocent people don't get killed and murdered and crazy stuff that goes on. And you have to be punished for the things that you do. That's why I'm talking like kids at the end of the day. I feel like I'm having a conversation with a bunch of little kids. You should know this already. You grown men and women. How are you teaching this to your kids at the end of the day? And I got to have this conversation with you on YouTube about why we got to go file charges against you. And the first thing they'll do is they get on their channel and go, oh, he's triggered, he's triggered. So we're triggered because we're filing charges about you breaking the law. Well, you can explain being triggered to a judge. That's what you do. When we get in the court and you got to face that judge, you tell the judge that we were triggered when you committed and broke all those crimes. Go ahead. I can't wait to hear it. As a matter of fact, I'll introduce you to the judge and say, hey, judge, for some reason they kept sending us all this stuff saying we were triggered because we filed. I got your emails. I'll post them to the judge. Yeah. You're mad because at the end of the day that you don't like the fact that our products are better than yours by far. And when you couldn't beat our products, you went on to break crimes. You went on to basically try to taunt my family and friends. You won't even attack that cat over here. You tried everything in the book, stalking their addresses. They did everything and everything to try to make me quit because they needed me out of the business. They needed me out of the business of screen paint. This comes down to screen paint, people, so you all know that. It's about screen paint. They needed me out of the business so they can continue to rip you off. That's why. That's why your businesses didn't last long. That's why they failed. Now you're going to go to jail for it and spend the rest of your remaining time with people left on this earth in the prison system, and the lawsuits are going to be catastrophic on what you're going to have to pay back to us and the system itself that's going to be taking you to jail. And you still didn't take me down. I still have a technology about to launch. One of the most powerful screens in the world is about to launch. And you still didn't do anything at all. And my Lord stood there and backed me up 100% on every single level I could possibly think of. When I sat and prayed to him and I said, Lord, can you bring my enemies to justice? He did exactly as he said he was going to do. Each and every single one of you that were responsible for attacking my business will face a judge, as God is my witness. And do I do this out of anger? No. I do this out of justice because I deserve my justice. There's no way in the world I should have been ever went through what I went through to begin at the end of the day. I didn't do anything wrong. All I did was make a screen paint product. That's all I did. Someone became jealous about our products and decided to attack my company. They decided to attack my family, attack my pet over here. Post nasty pictures all over the internet because they're mad at the end of the day because my product was better than theirs. Did I back down? No. Did I quit? No. Did I surrender? No. Did I allow you to intimidate me? No. I went and got the job done. That's what I did. No matter what, I got it done. And I'm going to continue to get it done. No matter who stands in my way, I'm getting the job done. You can't intimidate Mr. Bird at the end of the day. You can't take anything from me at the end of the day. I'm going to keep doing what I do best, making better products. You don't want to let somebody tell me at the end of the day that I'm not going to do what my Lord chose me to do. That's what I mean by going through prosecution. They tried everything and everything to try to shut me down. Didn't work, did it? I'm still here. And I'm going to continue to be here until my Lord says it's my time to come home, then I'm going home. All right, people, I got to go. I got business I got to take care of, and this is very important. Why did my screen whatchamacallit? Oh, there we go. I was like, where the rest of this at? Let me see. Yep, definitely. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. Got to go. Thank you for your time. God bless. Finally seek the Lord.